going through the process of doing his job, but the alcohol should have been cooked out. So again, my client is taking responsibility.
Wait a minute. What do you mean should have been cooked out? I gotta know more about
Well,
this. Thank you. Let's do Horn first, Mr. Crawford. Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704225FY. Mr. Horn, your name.
Nicholas Horn, Your Honor.
Mr. Crawford.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Crawford, representing Mr. Horn.
All right, so what are we doing on this one?
Your Honor.
He's got 2 counts, by the way.
2 counts, Your Honor.
He's got an attempt to RNO, which is a 1 year, disorderly, a 90-day misdemeanor. So I filled out 2 of these. First of all, for purposes of arraignment, does he stand mute and waive formal reading?
Yes.
All right, so now what's he doing on these?
On these probation violations, Your Honor, he's going to plead guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna need Emily Tessino on this and on Caressy. Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You plead guilty here. This would be a first technical violation. And you could get 5 days on this. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
Did you sign an advice of rights revocation of probation form here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
I completely understand, Your Honor.
All right, as to count 1, the only count. Actually, he's got multiple counts.
Well, Your Honor, I was.
Hang on 1 second. He's got 7 counts. That's my mistake.
Yeah, Your
So
Honor.
he could get, let me see here. I mean, I'll,
Your Honor, he's on a rise out of one alleged drinking event. He just tests every 15 minutes. So
well, he's got April 24th, April 25th.
well, if you check the time, Your Honor, it goes like 11:45, it becomes midnight.
I get it. So it would be considered at least 2 violations is what I'm saying
All
though.
right, well, thank you.
So he's gonna plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand this would be 2 technical violations, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you could get 10 days. Do you understand that?
I do understand, Your
All
Honor.
right, it's to count 1 that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on April 24, 25. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol on that date?
I was exposed to alcohol, so yes, Your Honor.
What do you mean exposed?
Well, Your Honor, we're going to explain that. He's pleading guilty, he consumed alcohol, but there's an explanation. It's unique to his particular profession, so I look forward to trying to explain it to you.
Is he admitting that he consumed alcohol or not?
He is admitting it, Your Honor. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, to the charge you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol on April 24th to 25, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol on that day?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you drink?
Aqua.
What in the world is aqua?
Aqua is a peppercorn cognac sauce that we serve at my job, sir. I was saucier, I was called.
Sir, he just asked what you drink.
What do you do? What do you do for a living?
I'm chef. I work at Le Supreme downtown. It's a French cuisine restaurant.
Did you know that was alcohol when you consumed it?
It's supposed to be cooked out, but yes, I understood what it was. Yes, Your Honor.
Maybe you can't be a chef anymore.
Well,
Hang on. I need to hear more.
well, again, Your Honor, this particular day was his off day, but he was asked to come on in and asked him to cover the saucier duties in particular, which is trying various sauces before they go on the fancy meals.
And he's trying to tell me that he somehow consumed it.
Well, he consumed it because going through the process of doing his job, but the alcohol should have been cooked out. So again, my client is taking responsibility.
Wait a minute. What do you mean should have been cooked out? I gotta know more about this.
Well, you explain how this stuff is mixed together in the process.
When you cook with alcohol, it's supposed to get cooked out, and you only get what's left after the alcohol is cooked out, and the flavor and everything that binds the sauce together. This particular day, unfortunately, I wasn't the one making the sauce. I'm just the one that tries the sauce prior to it hitting the plate. Therefore, the line cook that was working and making the sauce did not make it correctly, and when I tasted it, I immediately disposed of that sauce and I had the cook remake
You
it.
tasted it. When you, hang on a second.
But I tasted
Hang on a second. How did you taste it?
with a spoon.
How many spoonfuls did you have of this?
Well, it's
Mr. Horn.
it was a consecutive times that.
Mr. Horn. We're gonna just have a hearing on this.
Well, Your Honor, my client isn't denying consuming it, that's not in contention at all, which is explained.
There's no way in the world that he got to these levels. Let me double check. Did he tell you the cognac? Did you hear the cognac story?
He told me that it was from, he was whitening his teeth is what he.
Whitening his teeth. Well, now it's cognac from being a chef's story. I'm not really in the mood. I just got back with my first day back. I'm just not in the mood to hear this nonsensical garbage right now. So here's what I'm gonna do. First, he told you he whitened his teeth.
That's what.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't mean to sound like I think I'm so smart. I just don't want to hear nonsense. I really don't. I'm not going to hear nonsense anymore. These guys, I'm telling you, I must look funny. I must look like I'm not very intelligent. I must look, again, like I can't add 7 and 3 without a calculator. I get tired of hearing this. Mr. Horn,
Yeah, sure.
you want to have a hearing? If you want to have a hearing, we're going to have a hearing. I'm going to hear your whole cognac story, and we're going to go from there.
I would rather not.
Mr. Horn. I don't understand. How old are you?
28.
Okay, well, I'm 66. And you'll learn a little bit in those 38 years that I got on you. You follow me? And look, I was able to do that without a calculator. Cognac. Couple of teaspoons of cognac, or just tasting it. You go get that cognac for me. We're gonna have a hearing. I want the bottle of cognac. And then you're gonna testify.
Would you like me to have house arrest present?
Nah, I don't need house arrest. I can do this one on my own. I want the bottle of cognac. In fact, I don't want you to take the bottle of cognac, but you can certainly take a picture of its contents, its alcohol content. Now, why don't you go back and confer and see if he still wants a hearing? If he does, that's fine. But I'm not gonna listen to this nonsense. I'm just not. It's like, and by the way, I'm gonna swear him in if he's gonna testify. Okay, and that's fine. If he wants to testify, he can. If he doesn't, it's, but I don't know why he'd tell her he's whitened his teeth. And then come in here and tell me he's testing some uncooked. I mean, these guys gotta drive themselves nuts going on, trying to research how they can put one over on the judge. Mr. Horn?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
I'm not trying to pull anything.
Mr.
over, Your
Horn,
Honor.
Mr. Horn. Did you tell her that you were waiting? No, I don't want to say nothing. I shouldn't ask that. We're gonna have a hearing. You're gonna go out and you're gonna talk to him and you're gonna see if he still wants a hearing. And if he does, that's fine. We'll have the hearing. Maybe he can get somebody from his work to take a picture of the ingredients in the cognac to see how much alcohol content in there, so then we can calculate how many guzzles he has to take of it to get to this level. I mean, this wash stuff I hear all the time.
Before Mr. Crawford takes him out there though, before I came in here, I just went to print his testing. And I just had a lab come back from May 5th. He tested positive for THC and he has been since he was sentenced, you know, we kind of give him the 30 days. But this lab went up from his initial one, so I don't know if we want to address.
We're gonna have to do a show cause on that.
Okay,
You can go out and talk to him.
do you want me to do?
No, I don't want you to do anything right now. I want Mr. Crawford to go and talk to this young man. And then again, if he wants a hearing, I don't have a problem. If he wants me, if he needs more time to go take a picture of the cognac bottle, it's fine. But I don't know, we go from teeth whitening to testing uncooked cognac. Mr. Horn,
Yes, Your Honor.
this is not a bar, this is a court. And I expect people, when I address them, to be honest with me. If they don't want to say anything and they don't want to testify, that's entirely up to them. But when I ask a question, I expect them to be honest with me.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. We'll talk to him. Again, I have no problem if he wants to hear. But we're going to go on to Mr. Caressy first. Hey, Horn, 255T704225FY. All right, Mr. Crawford, your appearance? Your name?
Nicholas Horn.
Emily Casino?
What's he doing?
My client is gonna plead guilty, Your Honor. It's not going to trial.
He's going to admit that he was drinking and not this nonsense about uncooked cognac. Is that true or false?
True.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty here, you have two technical violations. You could get 10 days. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
Is the consequence of consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on April 24 of 25, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol knowingly before that?
Yes, Your
What kind of alcohol?
It was cognac, Your Honor.
But it was not in the course of your work as a chef?
No.
Where were you drinking at?
After work.
Count two, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol on April 24th of 25, testing positive on a sober link at 11:39 PM. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you still test positive at that time?
Yes.
Count three, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, positive on a sober link on April 25 at 11:55 PM. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count four, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive April 25th at 12:11 AM. How do you plead?
Guilty.
April 25th at 12:26 AM to the charge of failed to refrain, testing positive on a sober link that day.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Count six, failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on that day, April 25th. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Count seven, failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, April 25th, 12:58, positive results for sober link. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
Your Honor.
And this was all as a result of drinking the cognac after, when you were out with somebody?
Yes.
Did you go to a bar?
No.
Did you go to their house?
No, I was by myself. I was not with anyone.
Where at?
I just left work. I took a little bit of the cognac that we do use
I
and
know, where were you drinking it?
outside in the alley, just waiting on my ride to pick me up from work.
Alright. I'm gonna just count this as one technical violation since all these emanated from,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's this?
I'm not,
You know what you're doing to your mother?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't know if you do.
I do, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not pleased with my actions.
Well, why would you come in? Listen, did you hear anything I said before? How long you been sitting in the courtroom here today?
4 hours.
Did you hear anything about what I was talking about? I mean, this goes directly to somebody's character as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
You come here and lie to me to my face like I'm stupid. I hate that.
I apologize, Your Honor, it was not my intention.
Well, it might. I didn't say you wanted to make me feel stupid, but you lied to me in open court. And there's nothing more, I don't know.
No, I understand that, I'm sorry, Your Honor, go ahead.
How's he doing with everything else?
I mean, he hasn't been on probation very long.
I know, not even 2 months.
Our appointment was supposed to be yesterday and I told him just to appear today. But as it stands right now, I don't have proof of his outpatient treatment. I don't know if he brought his 12-step sheet with him today. And then his court work program days are scheduled.
So, Your Honor, my client, we have a report that he has registered at the guidance center. She can start tomorrow at 9 a.m. He'll provide whatever documentation necessary to probation.
If I may, Your Honor, I have took it upon myself the initiative to enroll myself into intensive outpatient.
That's what starts.
Okay.
How often is he testing again right
So
now?
he turned the sober link in May 1st and then he's testing you have him bi-weekly for 4 months.
Don't lie to me again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I would just like to thank you for the mercy of the court, Your Honor.
How do you know I'm gonna be merciful? I wouldn't count on it. I don't like people lying. I'll tell you what, here's what I'll do. $100 costs. You're gonna serve 1 day on the court work program. You're gonna pay $35 for that. You're gonna serve 4 hours of community service, which is to be done by July the 1st. You're to be on a SoberLink device by the end of the day until July 15th. You're also to test weekly until July 15th. Then if you're clean, I'll make it bi-weekly. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. You made this worse by lying to me. I'm telling you. You're going back on the SoberLink. You cannot do this. If you're hanging out in an alley at whatever hours at night waiting for somebody, and now you're concocting stories about teeth whitener and cognac cooking oil, cooking. If that's how you had the cognac. That's what I'm doing. Can you pay the $135 today?
I can pay Friday, Your Honor.
I'll just say pay by May the 21st.
You
So
have to pay for the sober link too, you need a little bit.
I'll give them till May 28th to pay the costs. And you can go over and get the SoberLink. It troubles me that right after that, you're out there doing it. No more. Good luck. People against